Hi, welcome to tonight's edition of How to Heal When You Have to Deal. Tonight, we want to look at our self love languages. Many of you may be familiar with love languages from Good Vibes, Good Life by Gary Chapman, The Five Love Languages. Have you thought though about how you make sure that you are taking care of yourself during times of stress and during times when it's not so easy to practice those love languages? The five love languages are broken down by Gary Chapman and Bex King as being quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and giving and receiving gifts. What this looks like with other people is with quality time, we're spending time with them. We're being present in the moment and we are really concentrating on that other person. With physical touch, that could be something like dancing, hugging, holding hands, um, any of those physical senses in which we make sure that the other person knows that we care about them and we're connected to them. Words of affirmation. This is letting your loved ones and the people that you care for know that you appreciate them. Acts of service. This is doing things for others. A lot of people show their love and their care for others by doing things, mundane things, big things, all over the place, but it's those acts of doing. And then giving and receiving gifts. Well, this love language is finding that little meaningful trinket, finding that picture that just says, "Oh, this reminds me of so and so," and then getting it for them. Or getting it yourself when someone gives you a gift and they say, I saw this at the store, I saw this at the swap meet, I saw this while I was on vacation, and I thought of you and wanted you to have it. That's a way of them saying then that they're connected to you and that you're on their mind. So how do we apply this then to self-love? Well, self-love is making sure that we're speaking our own language to ourselves. So, with quality time, what that can look like is having that uninterrupted time for something that's important to you. For some people, that may be meditation. For others, that may be spending time on some sort of hobby or something that they're passionate about. For others, it can be simply resting, sleeping, maybe going for a walk in nature. Having time away from others in which we unplug, we get away from the phone, we get away from the computer, we get away from other people, and have some time for solitude, for introspection, taking that walk, having that time reading a book, something along those lines. That can be a way of making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Physical touch, well, this for most people when it comes to self care and loving themselves, this becomes exercise, doing yoga, playing a sport that you enjoy, maybe getting yourself pampered, going out and getting a manicure, a pedicure, a massage, something along those lines that allows your body to feel that touch, that allows your body to feel that pressure, and it takes care of that need that you have for that sensation of physical touch. Words of affirmation. Well, sometimes words of affirmation are, if you think back, if you're old enough, you can think back to Saturday Night Live and they had the character Pat, and Pat would look at himself, herself in the mirror and say, by gosh, I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and go from there. But this can also be having something that you put up on your wall, little positive sayings. It can be having a calendar that has some inspirational quotes. It can be doing journaling of some sort. These are ways of affirming what you're doing, where you're headed toward, and making sure then that you're giving yourself positive feedback rather than negative feedback. Acts of service when it comes to self-care and self-love, well, this is similar to when you're doing it for someone else, but you're making sure that you're also receiving. So, for example, doing the laundry, making sure that the house is clean, doing some yard work, things that give you that satisfaction, not from a chore standpoint of, oh, I have to go do this and it just needs to be done, and but instead that feeling of, wow, okay, I'm getting to do this. Those things mix and quite often overlap, but in order for it to actually be your love language for yourself, it needs to be something that you're going to derive great satisfaction from, something that's going to make you feel better when it's over. Other acts of service could include making sure that you're setting appropriate boundaries and that you're giving yourself free time. Could be, quite frankly, therapy or counseling. Those are also acts of service to yourself. With those ones, what they may do is they may also open up opportunity for you to work on some of your other love languages as well. So, for example, if you set aside free time in order to engage in a hobby or engage in exercise or engage in painting, some signs that you want to put around the house with some positive sayings, those combine those love languages because the love languages aren't separate. We all speak them in different ways, and some are stronger for us and some don't have as much impact. Finally, then, is receiving gifts. And what this looks like when it comes to self care and ensuring that we're loving ourselves is that this is treating yourself. It may be that you spend some money on yourself. It may be that you're simply treating yourself to that walk in nature, for example. Maybe that you're treating yourself by engaging in some of the arts and crafts that you really enjoy. These are all ways of ensuring then that we are attending to our own needs, because as important as it is to receive from others, it's equally or maybe even more important for us to ensure that our own needs are being met and that we are taking care of ourselves. This can be really, really difficult when it comes to stressful times, because in stressful times we tend to get that tunnel vision. We can only see what's right in front of us. We're very focused on what needs to be done as far as work, as far as taking care of others, in terms of tasks, in terms of just going forward and getting that daily grind taken care of, because we're stressed out and we know how much there is. But as we've talked about in some of our other How to Heal When You Have to Deal sessions, doing that and not taking care of yourself actually makes you less effective. So it's very important then that you take some time each day, if possible, where you set aside even 15 minutes to a half an hour and you say, I need to make sure that I am putting this time in here for myself to address my love language, to address my self care language, to ensure that I am unplugging and that I'm restoring my heart, my brain, my spirit, and I'll be able to then jump back in and take care of the things that are out there outside of me. I hope that this helps. If you have any ideas or if you would like some ideas and want to discuss your own love language and how to find out what that is, please feel free to reach out to us. You can PM us through the Facebook page. You can also email me, Nathan at raysofhopellc.org. I'd be happy to discuss with you. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. We appreciate you. Be sure to join us next Tuesday on How to Heal When You Have to Deal, when we'll be looking at other subjects. Thank you.